All right. So thank you, everybody, for coming. Just some, I would say, not quite housekeeping, but get with Ian. If you are an attendee, got a ticket, etc., you should have also received an invite to our online community. All this content will be available within our online community. We don't actually post a lot of stuff to YouTube anymore. We found that one, it's a lot to maintain, and within our community, we probably just want to keep stuff within our community. So if you don't have access to our online community, ping Ian. He'd be happy to send you the membership link. If you have not received one, also check your spam folder. It might be sitting there. Outside of that, thank you, everybody, for coming. I told Ian this would be the last summit we do. And I have said that to a few people, and apparently that may not be the case, except that Ian said you need to hire someone else to do it next year. Unfortunately, this is like part of Ian's job. It's not Ian's job. And if you can imagine, this is along with all the other things he does. One thing that I think is important, Ian's main job is really keeping the continuity and information flow between our investors, especially our strategic investors, and our startups. And between that and also helping them go get the, I would say, the larger customers that a startup can't, a startup looking at a 6-month sales cycle for a customer is very difficult for them to really think about that. Part of Ian's job is he calls on CEOs. Some of the CIOs and innovation folks actually showed up. That's through his efforts of reaching out to say, hey, I'd love for you to talk to our portfolio company. Let me tell you about this company. And so that's kind of his main job. This is like the culmination of his year, so to speak. But Monday morning at 8 o'clock, he'll be back to his regular job. Great job. I think we've continued our tradition of being a nerdy conference with lots of content. I don't know that we're the most fun bunch per se, but speaking of fun, Nick is doing a brewery tour. Where are they supposed to meet you, Nick?
We'll start at the registration desk.
Do you have one of those things that everybody has to pedal, or you're on one of those things that everybody has to pedal, or?
We didn't get that far.
Oh, we did? Okay. So just check with Nick if you want to go see some breweries, and should be fun if you're into that. So anyway, but thank you, everybody. Thanks to our sponsors. And it's hard to do these things. We try to make it. I kind of joked about here's where your management fees go to. That's actually not true. We actually think we've built a big enough community that our goal for these events is really to be sponsor supported, so that our startups, it's expensive if we had to, we try not to ask our startups for money. I don't think it's fair to our investors, so we've realized that we've built a big enough community and an interesting enough community that people will actually pay for access to it, and we're happy to let them buy the tacos and sandwiches and the venue and all of that. To make all this happen. So we'll see, right, Ian, if we're going to do this again next year. Does anybody, if we did, one of the things, the pieces of feedback we got was Asheville's fantastic, a little bit hard to get to. So I think one of the things Ian's probably going to ping y'all on as a follow-up is just, does location matter? Was there a preference to keep in Asheville? We historically have done them in Atlanta, which Atlanta, there's a direct flight from literally anywhere. So it's pretty easy to get to. Hence, I spent half of my time there, although a lot fewer brewery tours and other things to do. There's lots to do in Atlanta, but not quite Asheville stuff. So anyway, Ian will probably reach out to you on that. But other than that, thanks a lot. Hopefully some of you guys get to spend the weekend here. Enjoy all the other things, and if you do, be safe. When Nick takes you to the 7th brewery on the tour. But other than that, thank you all so much, and thank you for ongoing support.